FMU, you're on the air.
Yes, I'm looking for a Mr. T. Scharpling.
Speaking.
Mr. Scharpling, my name is Roderick J. Martinez, Esquire. I represent one Jamie Robertson.
You represent him?
Yes.
Are you like a manager?
I am a lawyer.
Okay, and Jamie Robertson?
Yes. You most likely know him as Robbie Robertson.
Oh, from the musician. Sure.
That's right,
sure.
The world-famous entertainer.
Absolutely.
Well,
what can I owe? What do I owe this call to?
You owe it. Let me just lay it out for you plainly on the line, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm calling to inform you that we have filed a lawsuit against you for defamation and slander.
Defamation and slander. Now, this is wait, against me for
Well,
Robbie Robertson has filed a lawsuit against me.
Against you, yes.
Yeah.
You recently slandered Mr. Robertson, did you not?
I did not.
Let me just read you something, okay?
Sure, please do.
It says here that recently you said that my client's former band, The Band, made music, and I quote, for Canadian Civil War reenactors to listen to while on their way to reenactments.
Yeah, I did say something to that effect,
And
sure.
That is very slanderous.
Well, it's my opinion. I mean, it's not exactly slanderous. What is your name again?
Excuse me?
What is your name again?
Roderick J. Martinez.
Roderick James?
J.
Roderick J. Martinez.
Esquire.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get the Esquire there. So you're suing me?
Mr. Robertson is suing
Mr. Robertson is suing me.
And here's why, okay?
Sure.
Okay? Mr. Robertson found out about the slander via a message posted to a classic rock news group. The gist of the message is as follows. The poster who posted the message was planning on buying a copy of the Best of the Band CD until he heard your slanderous remarks. So you have essentially deprived my client of making his livelihood, and now it's time for you to pay the price.
Well, how much are you suing me for?
$18 million.
$18 million! Because I made a joke about the band.
Well, you made the joke over the airwaves, and that's criminal as far as I'm concerned. And, you basically have taken food from my client's mouth and just thrown it away.
Because one person didn't buy the CD.
Oh, the Internet is a very powerful tool, son.
Don't call me son. I'm not your son.
You know, you should have been more careful.
I should have been more careful.
I think this, in the long run, will be a good lesson for you in the future. Not that you have one now, but, it's just something to think about, I guess, while you're in your cell.
So I'm going to be convicted and sentenced to jail time, you're saying?
Well, how about this? Mr. Robertson authorized me to throw this out, okay? Maybe something could be worked out where you would pay it off working on Mr. Robertson's hog farm, shoveling feces.
Absolutely not. I will. First of all, this case is not going to hold up in court. It's laughable that you're even contemplating suing me just because I don't like his band. You know,
well,
the fact that you would actually even entertain the idea of...
Oh, it wasn't my idea. It's his idea.
Now, what is this based on? Let me guess. Oh, I guess he was anguished. Everybody always says mental anguish.
Oh, of course. I mean, he's been... I'm pretty sure I saw him sob at one point when he told me about this.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty sure you saw him sob.
It looked like. I mean, his eyes were glassy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mr. Martinez.
You're going to work that off on the hog farm.
No, I'm not going to work it off on the hog farm. What I'm going to do, you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see you in court. I'll countersue for harassment.
You're going to sue him?
Sure.
What? You're the slanderer.
Well, you know what? I don't appreciate you coming on the radio and attacking me like this.
I'm
making a public case of this.
I am laying it on the line. So you're going to sue him?
Sure, I'll sue him. I don't care.
Huh. You need counsel?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a lawyer. I'm not afraid to do that. I mean, I'm going to have to stick up for myself in court.
I'll do it.
Well, yeah, you'll do it? You're his lawyer.
No, well, we're going to get you on this one. And then when you countersue him, I'd be glad to defend you.
You can't do that.
I've done it all the time.
That's such a conflict of interest.
No, it's not.
Wait, so let me get this clear. You're representing Robbie Robertson
Yes.
in a lawsuit against me.
Correct.
Because I said his band stunk. Right?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. So you're going to represent him. You're going to take me for everything I've got.
$18 million.
Yeah. So I owe him.
Probably get the station shut down.
And get the station shut down. But in my countersuit against him, you would be willing to be my lawyer in suing him, countersuing him, and what would we get from him?
Oh, I think we'd go for everything. Everything.
So there's a chance I could actually walk away from this a few million richer.
Exactly. Tom, this is something that I have pioneered, and it's called a back at ya. And I think this is going to be perfect for you.
A back at you.
A back at you.
And
yeah.
what is a back at you?
Well, basically, here's an example, okay? I recently represented a man who had $1 million stolen from him by his own mother. The mother was successfully prosecuted, and she got sentenced to 10 years in jail.
Mm-hmm.
I then represented her when she sued her son for $1 million in housekeeping fees. See, he was this big-time ad guy, and she basically kept up his estate for him, his house and all that. And so I knew so much dirt on him that you know I was sure the jury would just be appalled when they found out all the stuff I knew. You know, she did end up losing, I should say, but I made a very hefty fee, so it kind of all worked out.
So she stole money from him. Mm-hmm. You sued her.
Yes.
You got his money back.
Got her thrown in jail.
Got her thrown in jail and the money back?
Oh, yeah.
But so then you sued him on her behalf.
Yes.
And lost the case.
That wasn't technically my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there was a misunderstanding by the judge and jury.
So this was an ad guy?
Yes.
So it's just like a guy who wrote like ad copy or something?
I think he wrote ad copy for toilets or something yeah.
Okay, so a guy who just wrote ad copy.
Yeah.
So
but he was very successful. I think he had the gold bond account. I think that was where he kind of made his fortune. Yeah.
Gold bond foot powder?
Yes. Yeah.
So what you're saying? So you took a guy who wrote ad copy for foot powder,
right?
And you pretty much raked his entire family over the coals 2 times.
Oh no! See, I look at it like I'm the peacekeeper. That's how I look at it. I mean, if it wasn't for me, those two sides would probably not be speaking. Not that they're speaking a lot now. But
so you're a peacemaker.
You know, it sounds like you're having some doubts. And
yeah, I'm having a fair amount of doubts because this sounds completely crooked. What you're doing?
Oh, it's not though. It's not.
It's not.
No. See. Here's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I do it. See, I'm not going to actually go under the name Martinez when I represent you.
But that's your name, though, right?
Well, I've got 18 other names that I use in my legal practice. I'm actually, here's how it works. Basically, I'm registered as a lawyer in Puerto Rico, and there's some would call it a loophole. I call it an opportunity clause, which allows a go-getter like myself to serve the best interests of all involved at any time. So I'd probably go under one of my other names. Maybe Rupert Dawkins III or Theodore J. Kennebunk.
Theodore J. Kennebunk?
Yes.
So you would go under, so all of a sudden I would have Theodore J. Kennebunk representing me.
You know, I should say I also wear different clothes.
Okay, also the judge doesn't recognize you.
Well, it also keeps exciting for the jury, too, you know. As far as I'm concerned, every day is Halloween. And
but you're a lawyer. This is not dress up.
Wait till you see me in action. It's pretty cool. I like to wear outrageous facial hair.
And when you're in one of your characters.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got like a Genghis Khan thing that it scares the ladies right out of their undies. Woof!
So you do that, and the jury kind of falls in your favor.
They dig it. They really do dig it. I win a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Yeah.
Have you ever done a double cross on someone where you've represented the one person? Say, like, if we had to go back as an example, the foot powder guy.
Right.
Like the guy who wrote ad copy for foot powder. If you took his mother stole the money from him. Mm-hmm. You represented him, had her thrown in jail.
Right.
Now, what if he hired you, like she hired you then to sue him?
Right.
Right?
Right.
But what if he, like, paid you more to do a deliberately bad job in the countersuit so that she'd lose it?
I have not done that. How much more are we talking?
What do you mean?
How much more money are we talking? Like, say, you said he paid me more.
Yeah.
Like, how much? I mean, say...
I don't know. How much did the ad copy guy have?
He was suing for...
So, like $1 million?
Exactly. He wanted that $1 million back, yeah.
Uh-huh. I don't know. It seems completely crooked, and I can't believe that this is not completely illegal.
Oh, it's not, though. And I mean, I certainly don't want you to think that the authorities don't know about this. You probably saw me recently on Inside Edition.
What were you doing on Inside Edition?
I was on there. I represented an inmate in the Joliet Correctional Facility in Illinois who sued a local Chicago TV station for slander. See, the TV station stated that another inmate at the same facility held the record for filing the most frivolous lawsuits in the history of the U.S. legal system. And in reality, my client holds the record, and we felt that should be acknowledged and punishment meted out.
So you sued another inmate?
Yes.
Oh, no, you sued a television.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, for misrepresenting that another inmate filed the dumbest lawsuits.
No, the most frivolous lawsuits, when in fact my client holds the record for doing that.
Well, how do you gauge who holds the record?
Oh, well, his are all documented. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're really just splitting hairs on something like that. What would a guy like that have even? I mean, you're representing a guy like that for frivolous lawsuits. Like, what did that guy do to get himself in jail?
Oh, I don't think that's really an issue.
You don't think something like that's an issue, even though he's your client?
No. Well, I mean,
Well, what did he do? You can tell us.
He robbed 300 convenience stores.
He robbed 300 convenience
at gunpoint. Yeah.
At gunpoint. So you're really just doing God's work, pretty much.
Oh well, you asked what he got. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what I got out of that.
What?
I got an agent as a result of that appearance on TV.
An agent?
Yeah.
To do what?
Well, I'm working on putting together a com-dramedy about my life.
A what dramedy?
A com-dramedy. It's sort of like a dramedy. You know what a dramedy is?
It's a drama combined with a comedy?
Right. Well, there's more comedy in this thing than drama, so I thought I should use somehow the whole word comedy in there. So it's a com-dramedy.
So a com-drama, but you're also using the whole word drama.
Oh, no, I'm not. Not the way I spell it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're working on a com-dramedy.
Yeah, it's the first of its kind. No commercials at all.
Uh-huh.
And each episode is 2 hours. It's going to be 5 nights a week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just now trying to decide which network I want to sell this thing to. But it's tough because I want full control, which they're not that willing to give a new guy.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not that willing to give it to a new guy. So you are going to do a com-dramedy. Are you starring in this thing also?
I would definitely love that. I'm not getting my hopes up. I know that they don't always allow an unknown like myself to star in something, but I would love it. I mean, I will certainly write everything and probably direct them too.
And what's the name of this show?
We're sort of kicking around a bunch of ideas right now. One is called Defender of the Faith. The other one is called Legal Jesus.
Legal Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because you're such a great guy.
I'm helping. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm helping. You hear about all the courts being jammed with cases and that sort of thing and clogged up. I'm actually helping to clear the dockets.
Yeah, so I guess that makes you pretty Christ-like.
Well, it's a major thing, and it's interesting because with all the personas I've got, I'm able to handle tons of cases at once. Right now, I've actually got 52 cases. In the works.
You're for yourself, or not your firm, you.
Me? Well, I've got. I'm proud to say that I'm ably assisted by a troupe of some of the finest high school law students in the area.
Well, what exactly is a high school law student?
Well, an old frat brother of mine. He's a social studies teacher here in the Chicago area, and he lends me his kids, basically.
Okay,
yeah,
and what do you do with them?
They're good. They're great kids. They prepare briefs and do all kinds of research. Sometimes they even stand in for me during depositions. So
you'll actually have a high school student.
Yeah.
Pretend to be you.
We got this. No. I mean, it's understood that he's under my. He's my assistant. Yeah, I've got this one paralegal named Jeremy who does great stuff, and I actually let him do a closing argument for me recently. I had to run across to another case, and he did a pretty good job, I must say.
And did the guy win the case?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you don't feel that quality. I mean, it sounds like you're pretty much going for quantity over quality.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's.
Well, I do. I mean,
get quality work with me.
52 cases at once.
Oh yeah.
Lawyers usually don't have 52 active cases going at the same time.
Well, I'm good. At the Hercules L. Rehnquist and Associates, that's how we do it.
What is the name of the firm?
Hercules L. Rehnquist and Associates.
Hercules L. Rehnquist and Associates.
Yes.
What is that another one of your names?
That is true. Yes.
Hercules L. Rehnquist.
It speaks of power, doesn't it? You hear? Some schmuck opens the phone book and they got their choice of all these lawyers. There's so many of them now, and they're all pretty much, dorkwads, if you ask me. They're going to go down that list. They're going to see Hercules. What does that say to you?
Stupidity.
Well, you're wrong. And I'm actually thinking of.
Okay, strength. How's that?
Exactly.
Okay.
You keep it up, I'm not going to defend you.
Oh, I'm actually very, very alarmed by that. Please do. Please defend me.
Well, I'll try to defend you as good as I defended my frat brother. I had to defend him just about a month ago, and did a pretty good job, I must say.
For what?
He rearranged some kid's face at a Chili's.
He rearranged some.
And did he do it?
Did he do it?
Did he do what?
Rearrange the kid's face.
That's not for me to know or say. He got off. We all get drunk, and I say, let he who is without sin cast that first rock, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying, but still, if your friend, so you have a frat brother friend who is out of control.
Hey, that kid soaped his windows last Halloween.
So he deserved to have his face rearranged.
Well, off the record,
well, how was the kid?
I've done worse for less than that.
Well, that's spectacular. You've done worse.
That's off the record, though.
You've done worse for less. How is the kid doing, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff.
You don't keep track of the fact that this kid, was he in the hospital?
Sure.
And you don't feel any remorse about defending your friend for that?
He's my frat brother. That's thicker than anything.
Wow, well
I'd take a bullet for him.
That speaks volumes right there.
I'd take a bullet for Todd.
That speaks volumes that you consider a frat brother thicker than anything. You know who's thick? You.
I'm not. Like I said, son, if you keep this up, I'm not going to defend you, okay?
You're not going to defend me. You know what? Don't defend me.
Well, how about this, okay?
Yeah, how about it?
You be on the lookaloo for those papers regarding the Robertson case, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, look, why don't you just give me your credit card so I can sign you up as a client right now, okay?
What was that?
For that countersuit, okay?
Yeah.
Give me that credit card.
Give you what? My credit card number?
Actually, here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I will have my numero uno paralegal give you a call, okay?
Oh, is he going to call me when he's not in gym class?
Well, that's the thing. He's got soccer until 5. So, and I believe he's got orthodontist after that. How is after 7 for him to call you? Okay.
Okay.
We're going to do that then, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my friend, I will see you in court, I guess, okay?
I guess we're going to square off against each other. I'll be looking for some paperwork. I guess if you're legally suing me, well, don't you have to, notify me or something?
I just did.
Well, don't you... a telephone call usually doesn't cut it.
Well, if you had listened, I said the stuff is coming. Be on the lookout for it. Be on the looky-loo for it.
Oh, see, I'm not used to your
my legal jargon.
Yeah, looky-loo.
Yeah,
I'm not used to legal jargon like looky-loo.
That's a frat term.
Yeah, it's a frat term.
So you didn't go to a frat?
No, I didn't go to a frat.
That's sick.
That's sick. Yeah, I guess I'm sick.
Please don't tell me that you don't knock a couple back every night.
Every night? No, I don't knock a couple back every night.
Jeez.
I don't know if I want you defending me on this.
Well, I'm going to.
I'm not sure.
I've already looked up your credit card information.
You've already looked up my credit card information?
Yep.
So I have no say in this?
You're in.
I'm in.
You're in.
What is this, the mafia?
Yeah, well, it's been called that, but, Hercules Mafia. But I think that's a joke. But
yeah.
So, my friend, I will see you on one side, and then I'll be with you on the other side, okay?
I will do nothing of the sort.
Well, it's coming, okay?
So your get you back, what was it called?
Pardon me?
What was your term called? A get you back?
It's a back at you.
A back at you.
And I am going to copyright that. So don't get any
okay.
ideas,
So I won't. I
jerk.
Jerk. I'm a jerk.
Listen, nitwit.
Oh, what is that? Hey, you really sound like a real competent lawyer.
I'm good.
Nitwit,
you
jerk,
see my record.
looky-loo.
I got a killer record.
Yeah. What's your case record?
I'd rather not get into that right now.
Well, why don't you entertain us? How many wins versus how many losses?
A lot.
Yeah. Well, why don't you give us a percentage?
Of what?
Of how many you win versus how many you lose.
I don't have to do that.
Well, why don't you do? Why don't you prove how great you are?
I'm not going to do that.
Was it Roderick?
It's a lot.
Yeah, well, it's a lot. Why don't you just give it to us? Give us a figure.
If I was if I was a hitter,
yeah,
I'd be in solid triple digits.
Well, what do you mean triple digits?
Yeah.
I'll
leave it at that.
Well, give me a percentage.
I'd be hitting a solid just under 200.
So you lose every... if you have 10 cases, you lose 8 of them.
No. You got to be kidding me.
You said you were batting under 200.
Look, I got to roll, okay?
Yeah.
I will see you in court, and get that checkbook out because $18 million is coming out of it. All right.
Oh, okay. Hey, why don't I write the check right now?
That's fine. That lessens my caseload.
Who should I make it to?
You could make it out to me. Make it out to.
Or should I make it out to cash?
It all works for me. You could make it out to How about Rupert Dawkins III? Make it out to that. I haven't gotten too much looking around into that name.
Too much looking around into it. You are such a crook. You're a shyster.
Hey, I got hired by Mr. Robertson.
Yeah, I doubt he even hired you.
He's classy.
Yeah, he's a classy guy. He's terrible.
You know that song, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Away?
The Night They Drove Old Dixie Away.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, when those horns kick in? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, what a
pants tighten.
You're what?
I said my pants tighten.
Good for you.
Well, the trumpet is a very sexual instrument.
I don't want to have this discussion with you.
How about that guy Levon Helm? Oh, that guy's a piece of work.
In what way?
We're shooting off, 10 suits against that guy.
You and Robbie.
Yeah, he's been doing nothing but bad mouthing my client for.
And how many of them have you won?
Oh, they're all pending right now. I got my kids working overtime for this.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Hey, you sound like a real clown, and I can't waste any more time with you.
Well, I'll smell you later, and I will talk to you in court. And if I don't smile at you, don't be offended, okay?
I won't.
Okay, but after this is settled, we're in we're practically frat brothers.
Well, I will see you in court then.
Okay.
Goodbye. Oh. I'm like a magnet for them. What do I do? Why me?